Information Minister Dr. Baryomunsi says they are moving to adjust the employment terms of civil servants after appreciating that some of them tend to ignore their roles in disseminating information about government programs and services. The decision is premised on the fact that Article 41 of the Constitution allows every citizen a right to access to information in the possession of the state except where it is likely to jeopardize the country's security or sovereignty. And it is the government's responsibility to ensure that citizens are informed about its programs and services such as health, education, agriculture, and the environment, among others. However, a report by Twaweza released last month has found that most Ugandans have no idea where to seek services offered by government. The report shows that 70% of Ugandans who want to start a business do not know where to get information about it. 66% do not know where to find information about government development programs. 59% do not know where to get information on agricultural services. 65% don't know where to find information about women issues, and 71% about youth issues. This means that many people miss out on many government programs and issues that affect their lives.
So the few that said that they know a thing or two about getting those services said again that they would go to the chairperson. That is 13%. So it shows us that across the different programs that are being designed for to uplift the citizens of Uganda, most of them, the people do not know where to get those services, which implies that again there is a higher need for the citizens of Uganda to understand the local government structure.
For the agriculture sector, where government spends hundreds of billions of shillings financed by government and donors, keeping away information about programs affects the livelihoods of farmers and many others. However, when we asked Dr. Baryomunsi that some extension workers in the communities lack transport to popularize government programs in farming, he blamed this on laziness.
The work is ongoing to reform the entire civil service from the top down to the lower level, so that the people are committed to ensure that they discharge their responsibilities and deliver services to the population. There are those who get jobs or employment with the government, and then because government jobs are permanent and pensionable, then somebody knows, okay, I am employed, I get my salary, whether I deliver or not is another issue.
However, the Executive Director of Africa Freedom of Information Center, Gilbert Sendugwa, counters that changing the employment terms won't change the state of affairs.
You have ministers who also work on contracts. Even members of parliament, you can take it that they work on 5-year contracts. But then, every cycle, you hear the president and other people, including citizens, saying they are not satisfied with the performance of these contracted officials. So in my view, it is beyond, it is not about the nature of the contracts that they have.
The report indicates that 77% of Ugandans do not know where to go in case they want to find out information to do with environment. Yet environment is a key component in sustainable agriculture. An example, one time experts had warned that growing eucalyptus trees in swamps causes reclamation, yet these eucalyptus trees can thrive very well on dry land. There are government systems in place that are already operational, but people do not know where to find them. Therefore, how often does government send out messages telling people where they are supposed to be going in case they need to find out information concerning various issues?
We do it regularly. Actually, when you examine the budgets of the ministries and agencies, there is a budget for advertisement and the public relations and passing on this communication. And the ministries and the various agencies of government always pass on this information through television, but most importantly through radio, because majority of Ugandans listen to radios.
The civil society noted that failure to inform people about government programs leaves a big section of society in the shadow, and it is very hard to achieve the intended purpose. Failure for people to access information means it becomes hard for them to hold government officials accountable. So what needs to be done?
First and foremost, government and government leaders have to understand and appreciate that access to information is at the heart of making sure that government perform. When there is no information, there is no performance on the side of officials, there is lack of performance on the side of citizens. So that's point number one. Point number two, officials should be compelled to do what the law says, i.e., that they have obligations to proactively disclose information, and they should inform people where that information can be found.
It has also been noted by Afik that on many occasions, government spends money on matters that yield them political capital rather than information that people need to improve their welfare. Sudil Biarhanga, NTV.